Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Today's recitation is stanza 9 from a-sabad-a-day, Chantkar Tija, Bani of Guru Amar Das, located on page 442. The 9th stanza. Ik onkar Satgur Prasad, ik Jant Bharam Bhule, ਤਿਨ ਸਹਿ ਆਪ ਭੁਲਾਏ, ਦੂਜੇ ਭਾਏ ਫਿਰੇ, ਹਉ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਮ ਕਮਾਏ। ਤਿਨ ਸਹਿ ਆਪ ਭੁਲਾਏ, ਕੁਮਾਰਗ ਪਾਏ, ਤਿਨ ਕਾ ਕਿਛ ਨਾ ਵਸਾਈ। ਤਿਨ ਕੀ ਗਤ ਅਵਗਤ ਤੂੰ ਹੈ ਜਾਣੈ, ਜਿਨ ਇਹ ਰਚਨ ਰਚਾਈ। ਹੁਕਮ ਤੇਰਾ ਖਰਾ ਭਾਰਾ, ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਕਿਸੈ ਬੁਝਾਈ। ਯੋ ਕਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਕਿਆ ਜੰਤ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ, ਜਾਂ ਤੁਧ ਭਰਮ ਭੁਲਾਈ। So, we saw in the previous stanza, the Guru spoke about Tan Sovela Jit Main Satgur Milya. Blessed and rich was that moment, and we discovered that the Satgur was a receptive, discriminating mind. In fact, the mind's primal nature, Vivek Buddhi. So moments in which we exercise Vivek Buddhi are rich in insight and therefore blessed. In this stanza, the Guru talks about quite the opposite. This is the state of us ordinary creatures. Ik Jant Bharam Bhule. We are led astray by delusion, the delusion of the senses. Tin sau aap bhulaye. Now, this can be read in two ways. One, that the self is playing a game and leads some astray, while others it blesses. Or, to read it as I would, Ik Jant Bharam Bhule, tin sah aap bhulaye. I would read it as, because we are deluded by the senses and by the ego, we forget the self. And then what happens? In either case, what happens is, duje pae phire. Duje pae, in love of the other. Duality. The outside sensory world is the other. There is a distinction that the ego causes between itself and the outside world. That is the whole idea of duja pae. And so we wander around immersed in this duality. How may karma kamai, acting out of a self-referential ego, making the ego the pivot around which the universe rotates. And that is the delusion. Tin sah aap bhulaye kumarag paye. So having been led astray, tin ka kich na vasai. They lose control. Vas nahi. They lose all control. They're misled by the ego, and the senses then take control and drive the individual wherever they might. Tin ki gat avgat tu hai jaane. The ups and downs, their ups and downs are known only to you. The self, which is watching all this. Hukum tera khara para, gurmukh kise bujhaye. Hukum tera, your hukum, the system that is in place, the collective, it is fair and just. In other words, what you think, do, resonates back. This is a truth that only a few Gur-guided Gurmukhs realize. Gurmukh kise bujhaye? यूं कहे नानक, क्या जंत विचारे जात उद परम भुलाए? क्या जंत विचारे? What can these creatures do because they have forgotten their real, authentic self? So the nature of human perception and the divine order is at odds by design. By design. The ego is always doubting in nature, and it is always manufacturing its own reality. And it gets bogged down in that reality, while only through Gur wisdom can you understand the flow of hukum. So this tells us that Gur wisdom is where it's all at. Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh.